Hi again. So, as promised, we are going to watch the deciding game now. It started so we can't examine the decks in detail, but it is Stark Free Companies, played by Rupert. Just thinking, is the one with Morgulis in the deck. Yes, it is. Against Mates Hollow Hill. That's not the one with Doom of Valyria. Okay, let me in the background check the deck so that I can give you a few more details. But in principle, should be the Tarkri company should have some answers, right, for all the resets. It's a bit of jumping.
Yeah,
Just
it's really hard to destroy their resources.
yeah, just can't use the Golden Company to keep everything in play, right? You have to accept that you'll jump a bit instead.
Yeah. Although, does Mattis have last card scouts? I assume he would. Ooh, yes.
There it is. One begging brother,
I mean, there is
not
Begging
exactly
Brother
loaded.
already there, so.
Well, that's a bit awkward now. You want to defend military, but you can't if Aegon brings in something big. Because then military will just get Celestial Scouts marched. Happy to nail this guy, but yeah, Dario, of course. That one will be cancelled. And City Blockade doesn't exactly affect that Iron Bank coming in already super loaded.
I mean, Iron Bank was on setup, to be fair.
Yeah, Matis has his own though as well.
Yeah, but somehow he didn't have 4 on it the first round, so.
Mm. Yeah, so all the damage now will happen. And Dario will go safely back to hand with a ton of gold to replay him at any point. It's already looking bad for Stark. Yeah, so I played against Rupert in round 1 of this tournament in Swiss. Let's see if I can remember all the plots. It was it was Brand the Builder, and it was March, and it was Morgulis. Then had Mad King's Command, I think Return to the Fields.
Well,
What
you
am I
didn't
missing?
mention Late Summer Feast and Loan.
Lane Sunfist and Lone, so no close call.
Probably.
So if stuff dies, it dies. Berserker's Ghost, that could have assaulted something, although it's all triggerable at the start of challenges pretty much. Well, Plaza is not, but yeah, Flea Bottom is. Now happy to march either Aegon or Septor Lemore, presumably Septor Lemore, to get rid of Lastard Scouts, one of the two. Well, actually, this is still happening. So is Bagging Brother gonna be killed? Because that's also a good card. If you do Septor Lemore and Aegon here, then I guess it's gonna be empty boards after March.
Oof.
Kills Dario.
Okay. Are you sure he doesn't have close call?
No, I thought you knew the plots. That's why you said Late Summer Feast and Lone.
I mean, he for sure has. Do you know that he has Return?
No,
He has 2 econ plots. I thought all of them have Late Summer Feast and he has extra econ. Does he not?
I don't know anything. I was trying to remember, but memory is not that good. I know he has Morgulis, which is not always beneficial. That much I don't know.
Yeah, so it's Brand the Builder, Late Summer Feast, Lone March, Return, Mad King, and Morgulis. So yeah, no close call. Just curious, this guy.
And now he has to go first. Otherwise, I think, yeah. Summer would absorb the march instead. But this way Summer can resurrect Arya. Not just resurrect, straight to hand she goes. Aegon can jump again, get another body, but I'm surprised it's not Dario. There is no Frozen Solid, right? Also in the Stark Hollow Hill deck. So Stark, I think I do know the plots for the Stark deck. So it will have, apart from these two, it will have Morghulis, Yuvin Mad King's Command, March to the Wall, and I think the last one is Strange Reserves. Let's see if I got that right. Tyrion, what are the targets at the moment? Nothing. Can Marina target in though? No, Aegon this round spends the gold, unless he comes in marshalling. But yeah, that plan to just do a golden company and it keeps itself in play is not for this matchup, I think. Paulie says he does have close call. Are you looking at the wrong deck again?
Queen Elizabeth's Bastards, Free Companies.
Yeah.
Brand the Builder, late Summer Fist, loan from the Iron Bank, March to the Wall, return to the field, Mad King's Command, and Valar Morghulis.
Then
I read them
Dario
out.
is permanently dead.
Yeah.
Tyrion's duped, but you can't get rid of Arya. Well, I mean, that's some bodies here. That could just go, if there's a winter is coming, you could just kill them normally without Morghulising, although he can't now because there's no gold left. Returns Tyrion to hand for reward is good as gold. Okay, how does this work? So if that card is still in play, so Tyrion dupe is in hand. Huh. Could be another dead card though. Although Matis has played some characters now. Yeah,
How did this...
that's a very reasonable kill. So that's the second one of the important characters killed. Tyrion can follow. And then you can rely on the non... Okay, there's still Vargo and then the non-uniques. But the non-uniques are pretty good, to be fair, the golden companies. You can just keep being ahead on power, that's the thing. And Marine's there, so... Stark keeps killing, but it's not winning the game necessarily. It's not gonna let this one happen. Instead gonna do military and power, which I think is the correct call. And now Mates will march Tyrion away, right? But there's another in hand. Huh. Will Rupert play Morghulis to get rid of Arya for the second time?
How did Tyrion? I don't understand. What happened with Tyrion? I wasn't watching exactly.
He played the event in marshalling to dupe him, then dupe went back to hand. And then he
Ah,
got
okay.
the
I
target
see.
in the discard pile was Harry. Aegon one in discard pile, one's in shadows.
How about you leave Tyrion? Wait for the dupe to come in and then Morgulis when Arya's in play.
But what if... Yeah, okay.
I mean, if he Morgulis, then he also dies. Okay.
Anyway, to get rid of Arya, how are we doing with the pinch in the deck?
How are we doing with the pinch? We don't pinch. We have Miracle seized.
Hmm. Mates goes first on purpose, so clearly does not have Ramses, but could have... okay. Still doesn't leave himself gold for Winter is Coming. And
Could it be that he doesn't have Winter's coming?
yeah, so this time, I mean, he's not gonna be able to push a challenge through, I think. Once they get their stuff in, which they will because there's unlimited gold, it's been unlimited from the start, and you just need the cards. So we have Aegon and we have Meereen. Tyrion we know is in hand, so his targets are what? Mercenary. That includes Brave Companions, who by the way does not trigger from the Tyrion ability. Just quickly check Mercenaries on the other side. None. I don't think I've ever really seen Tyrion put a mercenary from the other players' discard pile into play.
You weren't watching a lot of
Mm.
Dark Free Company's Mirror then, because it happens all the time.
Seized on the bank, that hurts, but then that kind of
Oh,
survives with the Hollow Hill icon anyway, so I don't think that will necessarily break Mattis's game. He stores quite a bit though, doesn't want to keep putting gold on that. And nothing's in play, Tyrion's still in hand. He's gonna start playing after Mattis is done probably. Nothing for flea bottom. This lady Septa Lemore. Okay, so she can come for flea bottom.
and then put Aegon back in shadow and Morgulis after.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna do the intrigue, of course. And well, there is now a body to be killed there. Didn't want to lose the cards, I guess. He brings Tyrion, okay. There's a second Tyrion. And that Tyrion will go back to hand.
So with two Tyrions in hand coming and duped after Morgulis. My prediction.
Yeah, but one Ramsay gets that, you know.
I mean, he's not only gonna marshal Tyrion, he's gonna marshal Tyrion and something.
Okay, if you say so.
See, he knows really where he put Septa in play before the military claim to get insight on Aegon.
So for Tyrion's ability, there's still currently nothing, right? Oh, there's Brave Companions, but it's
But
not
he didn't
enough.
bestow anything on Tyrion.
Yeah, still has free companies, and I think he might have
But he might have the event then,
the
right?
event. And Vargo can do a lot, but it's tricky to do all of that this early in the game. You wanna hold on to those cards because there's two more Morgulises coming. Okay, so Tyrion's the one that's gonna go back to hand, so he stays.
Aegon back in shadow.
And now Arya working maybe against Mates and can get rid of her. Unless I misremembered his plot and it's not Strained Reserves but the other march. By the way, Strained Reserves is not a bad plot to play into Morghulis.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So also sucks a lot that Amber Loyalist being in play. Well, that thing's gonna do power now. If he doesn't military, then I think Arya might get killed. Okay, might do everything, I guess. Bestow Tyrion. Ah, even unbridled.
Does Brave Companion trigger if Tyrion puts it into play? No,
No.
right? Hmm.
So you want to do the inside guy? Yeah. And that means the last two cards are going for Amber Loyalist.
Yeah, it's looking quite bad.
I wonder, maybe that play was not to marshal Arya. He was first player though, and was Tyrion in hand. I don't know. Then stuff can come in duped and Arya goes for claim. So. But he went first on purpose. Don't know why. Okay. Even Red Die is gonna do that and then chuck the two worst cards for Amber Loyalist. Another Greyjohn. No, sorry. That's the dupe going for in this cover. So she chucked Greywater Watch and Winter is coming. Repopulates. Repopulates quite okay. But actually, Mauler only collects 2 gold. So with 2 gold he can do Aegon into some chain of characters. So has to, whatever he plays, he has to do it mostly in marshalling.
I mean, except the flea bottom, and if he has the event and Tyrion triggering, so
Yeah, if he has
mostly in
all of that,
marshalling,
yeah.
so the 3 cards that can still come in the challenges, so yeah.
If he has all of that, sure, yeah. 1 Vargo is in the discard pile, 1 Tyrion is in the discard pile. How many Tyrions in hand? All of them, right? Two in hand.
All the remaining ones, yeah.
Spends all the gold, so he won't be playing the event. He wants to keep everything on the Iron Bank.
Oof, no bestowing also. Interesting.
I wonder why. That Iron Bank's not gonna run out ever. Is it? You may as well bestow. Maybe he thought he would need all the Iron Bank gold for this, and yeah, he gets Vargo. It's a 2-claim plot though.
I mean, there's still flea bottom and Tyrion's ability.
Mm-hmm. And no more last hurt scouts. That went immediately. The fact that Mates didn't have any soak in the early game is quite bad for him.
Yeah.
Vested in the
Well,
Iron
actually,
Bank
it
and
would be
didn't get
fine if
anything
there
from it.
wasn't Dragon Brother from the start, I think.
Mm. Okay, can this be defended? Yes, it can if you put one golden company and second sons in. Yeah, Mates playing the two claim plot into Morgulis and he can't push a challenge through anymore, so this is
He
how
said
it goes.
mostly marshalling and he brings out 11 strength.
Yeah, with
It's
zero
really
zero
hard for
gold in
him
challenges.
how to do most stuff in marshalling.
So I think Mates realistically now can only play Morgulis, which kills Vargo. This is the last one who's still standing. Leaves Tyrion there, and then you hope you can Ramsay him somehow. But there's gonna be a hand full of cards and flea button online and Aegon in shadows.
Although, if Tyrion goes, then this cards in discard pile become less usable, and he doesn't have the market to put Tyrion back in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
But if you Morgulis now, you're again completely without anything yourself. So,
Yeah,
and second son's still gonna be there for free bottom every round.
yeah. Mata still keeps one card in shadows, which I assume is gonna be like a useless Bolton Flare. Strained reserves into Summer plot. Well, okay, but Morgulis is still in the deck, so can't really just spam some non-duped characters there, unless you actually plan to win. Mata is going first again. I don't think he's achieving anything, honestly. Although this time, actually, well, four characters can come in. That's a lot of characters. Ah, okay. Svargo going right. Can come straight back in. Is there another MZ? Well, there's no magical 6 more gold, 5 more gold.
There could be if he was allowed to have Iron Band, but he's not. So
Yeah, it will at some point expire. 2 more rounds and it expires.
come on.
That Ramsey didn't achieve anything. Really should have got Tyrion right. Vargo is quite happy to get off the board before the next Morgulis is played. As long as he doesn't now run out of stuff to just fizzle every challenge, I don't think he will, honestly. Although I don't know why he didn't bestow Tyrion a bit more now. He has to worry whether Tyrion can get gold again. How many unbridled still there?
Well,
2 have been spent, and if he uses the agenda to do Tyrion, then he's out of gold for Flea Bottom. And I can only do 1 each round.
yeah, but when Vargo comes in, if he gets some bestow, he can move gold on Tyrion as
Vargo can
well,
fill Tyrion, yeah, and then he uses it on
and then you
Flea
can also,
Bottom.
I think, steal one
Maybe even not seized
from
if
Trident
that's
left.
winning you the game.
But all the Vargos had out in this card pile.
Only 23 cards left in the deck. It's still only 6-5, and Mauler has to win on defense challenges, which will be giving Light Summerfist cards. Okay, how much does he bother now with... he does with Begging Brother, but we're down to the last two plots, so now Begging Brother will go for Morgulis. I don't think Mates will pin Morgulis, but what's his last plot? Matkins Command. And Ghost.
Interesting. That's not in all of the deck, that's one specific one. Can maybe get rid of some, some winter is coming or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Here we go again, with the two characters coming in to defend military. And yeah, just to power as well with the scout, I think. No, why not? It's the two claim, it have to be defended, and it got a card.
Yeah, and then he can't do both Ghost and Intrigue. Now he can. He really wants to, right?
I think that was a bit of madness here not to do the power challenge, but okay.
Although then you would get two unopposed because Tyrion still has stealth.
Ice was not gonna be a thing in this game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it was a thing, maybe we have more of a game, but
Let's be honest, we still haven't seen Shadow of the East, and there's only 23 cards left and Merin is available, so as soon as there's an attachment that causes any problems, it's gonna be gone.
is there Shadow of the East in this deck?
Yeah, it's in all the decks, I think.
One copy, okay.
Mm. Mother doesn't do power challenge. Doesn't want
Doesn't
late
want to
summer
give
fist,
cards
but
away?
doesn't trigger ghost either. Okay. Berserker and Bolton Flyers. I'm guessing the last card is also some kind of character. Just enough for one Ramsey.
Yeah, but what does that do? I mean, you have nothing on the board and...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now it's planning to stay a bit longer, the Golden Company. I don't know. Stark Hollow Hill.
And there's still one mulligan in Shadow, or did that come out and there's like
No,
new one now in Shadow?
it's still there.
Mhm.
I don't know about this no save area business. She was just a hindrance, right? When stuff was duped, she wasn't there, and when Greyjohn was duped, she was there to make sure he dies.
I mean, yeah, sometimes, but he couldn't predict that he's gonna get duped
Yeah, but
Greyjoy Marshall part.
you have to have answers in your deck for your own area. I think you have to be able to march her at the right time and or forced march. It's cost him now because yeah, Tyrion being on the board has basically Maury is on 8 power and close to winning, and Tyrion is responsible for 5 of that power over the last couple of rounds basically. Without him, so much less stuff in rotation. Okay, what's the flip bottom situation now? Any begging brothers still around? Dupe for this guy, and the second Suns is still there.
I mean, second son is the thing, but always it's like what else would I do? Does Mattis have Mira now for Tyrion, I guess?
Yeah, that will achieve very little though.
Yes.
Bolton Flare at least does something because there's no begging brother. Yet.
I mean, this round, let's say, okay.
Well, is he gonna get impatient and try to get the renown to close it, or is he happy to wait another round? Okay, that
Oh.
stops renown for sure at the moment. Tyrion has been used, right? Yeah. So can't
Oh, I think
close. And now the intrigue plus dominance. Have we done intrigue already?
No, I think that power already.
It was the AC. And next round is the final round unless something surprising happens. So it's return to the fields against Mad King's Command. Yeah, that's game. Was never really that interesting to be fair.
No,
Even
it
with
was super
all the
boring with all
characters, all the
hands.
renown uniques into that pile, like 4 of them in the first 3 rounds, and it makes absolutely no difference. You take Tyrion out, still Targ wins. Still Aegon there unused all game.
Yeah, it is like Paul said, it's like playing attrition against a never-ending board, so
Mm-hmm.
pretty hopeless.
Yeah, it's the best deck in the game of these that are played a lot, I think. but at least it has a restricted card. The other Targ just plays the winner die. Just had the discussion on Discord, and I don't know. Feels a bit like Lenny 2 years ago when they had like 6 top decks and in every one of them was Uvinary die. Like mocking all the other factions. Look, you have restricted stuff that you have to choose and make some concessions in deck building. We're just gonna put everything that we have and then do a restricted plot neutral. But that's how it is, Targ lobby and everything. Not surprising to see 5 of them in this tournament. And of course, it's gonna be a Targ final. To be fair, Targ also has some of the best teams in terms of players.
I mean, Pauli says Aegon could be the most broken card that isn't banned. I think the proposed change for Aegon is to surge the top 10 instead of the whole deck, right? And I think, honestly, for 3 companies,
Doesn't matter,
does
right?
that even make a difference
You,
that much? I mean,
you
it
can't
does make a difference,
you
but does
can't
it make it that
guarantee.
much
You
worse?
can't guarantee I'm gonna get Vargo for sure. But how many times are you in a situation where you need that one specific guy? You get like a
Yeah,
choice.
that's
It's
what
gonna
I'm
be
thinking.
Vargo,
Like,
3 companies, and Dario there, and whatever, Harry. I mean, to fizzle completely, you can compare to Womb, which searches 5. And sometimes fizzles, I guess, in late game where you really filtered everything out already. But for that deck, it doesn't matter. For finding raiding
yeah,
Kalasar,
return to
that
the bottom
that
of
does
the
matter.
deck. If it was both top 10 cards and then return to the bottom of the deck, that would be a bigger change, I think.
Most broken card that's not banned is probably not Aegon, to be fair. Because there's still Victarion and there's still Khal Drogo. Zero strength on the AC. Just to
I mean, yeah, it makes
mock
him
her a
more
bit more.
niche to if he searches top 10, it makes him more niche to the Traki and the Traki to mercenaries and not be the Traki card also, but
Which actually
you know,
is thematically correct, right? Uh,
yeah.
I mean, if you search top 10, you have 3 colors, you have a good shot. Now the backup there is only the
The
other Traki army, the
5 cost army,
5 for
that's
10 army. Yeah.
really not good.
It's
I
okay,
mean,
but
it's okay, but it's
if you
not.
find that instead of the claim race, you haven't done well, right?
It's. I mean, at that point, you're always choosing Drogo instead of Aegon, I think.
Yeah, but look, we had Sea of Blood with Drogo and Aegon. Now it's just with Drogo. Aegon's completely gone, and it's still a top deck. So if you do a top 10 search Aegon on top of that to give yourself some chance to find Kalasar, it's still better than what is currently the top Dothraki deck. So
I mean, you think if it was that completely freed from the pod and everything? Yeah, sure, I
yeah,
suppose.
because that's a recent pod, Drogo and
Yeah,
Aegon.
that's
They
fair
could
enough.
play that like for years without.
I mean, I know about that, thank you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now they had to take Aegon out, and now they play you in or you die. I don't know.
Not all of them play Winner Dynamos. Honestly, I didn't like Winner Dyn that much in the deck. I kind of prefer the version that Henry played without Winner Dyn, based on our testing, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, both of the winning Targaryen teams have Drogo instead of Aegon in Winner in Sea of Blood, right?
Pretty sure yes.
Yeah.
Not that the Aegon deck is bad. It's still pretty decent, but it doesn't solve some of the problems that just
Yeah,
jumping
I think
stuff
Kali
in
is
and out
better, is the better one.
solves. Yeah. So it's Bastards, Dragon Swords, and Mercenaries against Queen Elizabeth's Bastards, the defending champions
Oh,
in the final.
boring.
They share some of the same decks, but not all of
Sorry,
them.
I
So
joke.
it is boring. I mean, that much we can agree. It's gonna be well now. It's an American team against an American team, basically. one Canadian in there. So the time zones they could be playing at times that are not friendly to us. But if it's happening around this time next weekend, we can grab the games as well. Hopefully, someone joins us to commentate as well. Maybe some of the people who lost this round.
But it says, let's hope for all identical mirrors. That would be funny. I mean, they have Sea of Blood into Sea of Blood and three companies into three
Mhm.
companies, but then I
Yeah,
think
then they
the
can't
two
do.
remaining decks are a bit
What, Valyrian
different.
still into Kohor? That's close enough, man.
Valyrian still into Kohor is the closest, or Valyrian still into Aloof still, but the Krasny deck is a little bit
Mm.
specific, I think.
Yeah. Also next weekend, Friendly Open Sunday. I think is it noon my time, so maybe 11 GMT in the morning. You can find that on Discord. It's been posted. If anyone wants to join, I think there won't be any other stuff until then. So yes, uh, that's all we had. So thank you all for watching and see you next time.
Bye bye.